Hey everybody, I just want to invite you guys to go check out drasticentertainment.com, place a song request, book a DJ, and find out where we will be each and every day of the week. Go to drasticentertainment.com, guys. See you there. Welcome everybody back to our Drastic Entertainment page. Make sure you guys do me a favor, like and share.
And howdy doody everybody, welcome to Call Me Oz.net Live. It is that happy Wednesday. I have DJ Cause with us over here.
Hello everybody.
Yes, you know her, you love her, you've heard lots about her. So we're going to talk about her soon here. But before we get into all that, of course, we're going to talk about some places that I've been doing some karaoke at. Are you missing karaoke?
I do, I miss it a lot.
Yes, well, that's okay. You'll be hungry for it when you get back out there.
Just going to sing. I want to go sing, and I feel like I don't think my lungs are ready for it. But
oh, I could imagine that. I could imagine. Yeah, we're going to talk more about what happened to her a couple of weeks ago here in just a little bit, and we're going to open up phone lines so that you can, of course, call in and chat with us as well. So anyway, so last week, this has been a really crazy, busy couple of weeks for me. I'm still recovering from my 5 days in El Paso. Last Thursday, I headed on down to Los Lunas, visited and sang with Alan at Mariscos Altamar. Have you been there?
I have not, and that's another one I need to get on my list to go to.
Yes, you definitely got to hit that place. And then Ribs is also in Los Lunas. It's right down the road with Randy. And then went down to Hub City Brewery. That's in Belen.
Nice.
So hop, skip, and a jump away. It was actually really cold and starting to rain, so they shut down a bit early.
So it's outside?
Yeah, it's an outside gig. They have a couple of little bonfire pits and those propane heaters and stuff, so it's pretty cool.
Nice.
And Danielson does the karaoke there.
Okay.
So it's really a lot of fun. It's kind of cool. It's like this old house that they converted into this a brew pub, and so it's real homey. It's really nice.
I have to go check that out.
Got a foosball table, which is my favorite game. So then I headed back to Albuquerque, hit the Soch with Camo. So that was a good time as always. Great sound.
Always there with him. I haven't
Yes.
been there in a while either. Do they still smoke there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Then on Friday, I did go to Red Velvet Underground, but not for karaoke, but actually to start setting up the karaoke, which is going to start on Friday nights with McLean from Kamikaze Karaoke.
Okay.
That will start on January 11th. Family-friendly venue. We're actually going to have a special karaoke menu for those nights. Starts at $5 and up. And then they have drink specials and stuff for this.
And they start karaoke early.
7 o'clock.
Okay.
So Fridays from 7 to 11 will be at Red Velvet Underground starting January 11th.
Nice.
So those will be good times. But then from there, I went over to Louis and got to see Tommy
Mr.
Hurricane.
Tommy.
Yes. Actually haven't been there in a long time. They jumped on board as a sponsor recently.
I heard. That's
so that
awesome.
was awesome. I was happy about that.
Way to go, Tommy.
Way to go, Tommy. And hey, Amos and Renee. Good to see you guys.
Hi, Amos. Hello, Renee.
From there, I went over to Silva Lanes. I think it's been a couple of years since I've been at Silva Lanes. So, yeah, I didn't get to sing, actually. I put my name on the list, but they never got to me, so I didn't sing. So I just left. But the main reason why is because the KJ there on Friday nights is the KJ at Shift Change, which just became a sponsor. And they're on Wednesday nights from 7 to 11.
Nice.
So I'm going to be there next Wednesday. First time to check it out. So tonight, can you guess where I'm going to be?
Let me guess. I think you're going to be hanging out with Amos.
I have a feeling I'm going to be hanging out with Amos pretty much all night long.
Man, I sure would love to go to that.
I wish you could. But I also wish you would get better so that you can be out more often. So
That'll happen. Millie,
Yes.
get ready because we're going to be tearing it up
right?
as soon as I'm able to.
That won't be long. So, yeah, so after I leave here, I'll head on over to the Sandbar. That is the Sing and Win for Cash tonight. We're going to talk about that a little bit more here shortly. And then, so tomorrow night, I'm out again. This is killing me.
You got this.
It's killing me.
You got this.
Killing me. So I'm going to be downtown tomorrow. One of my favorite places to go is downtown. Back Alley Draft House from 8 to 9 with James. Then I'm going to head over to Twist with
Is
Drastic.
that behind the pizza place?
Yes.
Okay, so they have great pizza there. I love their
yeah.
pizza, but I've seen that something was down there.
Yep.
Well, cool.
NYPD is the pizza place. And then, so you can go through the pizza place, down a little hallway and through a little alley in the building and then over to the right, and that's where Back Alley Draft House is.
Nice.
Or you can just enter through the back side now. I guess that's why they call it Back Alley.
Can you order pizza at karaoke?
Yes.
So it's like a combined thing. Very nice.
And it's actually family friendly in there, so any ages can go in there.
very nice.
So you can go into the draft house and order pizza. They have some games. They have a foosball table. Did I mention I like foosball?
I don't remember that. I know the games were in there. I don't remember foosball.
Yep. So they have a foosball. So that's a good time down there. And they start at 8. And then, so about 9:30, I'll head over to Twist with Drastic. If you haven't been to Twist, you need to go to Twist.
Sarah, I'll get there, I promise.
I'm going to see Sarah again. I've seen a lot of that thing lately. I don't know. She's pretty awesome. So, and then I'll be there till about 10:30, and then I'll go to Zulo's about 11 with Benny.
Baney, I'll go see you too. It's
Yes.
coming.
It's coming. Don't worry, guys. Lenore will be there soon. So yeah, so I'll go to Zulo's, and then I'm done for the night.
Nice. You got this. I have faith in you.
I'm glad you do. Do you know what I'm going to do Friday night?
What are you going to do Friday night?
I'm going to hang out with my granddaughters.
That's the best.
We'll probably do karaoke at home. I'll have 3 of my granddaughters and one of their little friends, because we'll be doing my 7-year-old's birthday is when we'll be celebrating that. So
Nice.
it'll be a good time. Yeah, we always have fun. And then next Tuesday, I'll be at Tractor Brewery Wells Park down on 4th Street with McLean.
Haven't been there in a while. I need to get down there too.
Love that place. I go from 8 to midnight on Tuesdays. And McLean will be the one that will be doing Red Velvet as well. And then I'll head over to the Elks Lodge up in Rio Rancho with Tommy Hurricane. And then I'll head over to Sidelines with Country Joe,
What date is that?
all on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, okay.
Yeah. And then on Wednesday, I'll be at Shift Change, and then over at Copper Lounge, who is also now a sponsor of Call Me Az. So,
Nice.
awesome.
Congratulations.
I'm very happy with them. Yes, we're getting more and more that are on board, and that's the goal.
You've come a long way since I've known you, and that's just awesome.
How long have I known you?
Gosh, back in the Exhale days. Not even Evolution, it was Exhale.
Exhale.
Yes.
That was way back in the
That
day.
that
Yeah.
was a while back.
I even have pictures of that on the Singers Wall of Fame.
I have a ton of pictures.
Crazy days, man. So that was all sponsored by Drastic Entertainment. We're going to actually go to the website now, and we're going to talk about a few pages on the website. This is sponsored by Twisted Arbor. You saw that great little commercial. Remember, Christmas is getting here. You better get those
Oh
trees.
my gosh, Christmas is in 2 weeks?
I think so. I'm trying not to count.
Today's the 12th,
Yes.
so we're in 13
2 weeks
days.
from yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
That's a scary thought. Scary, scary thought for me. So on the website, we're going to talk about the billiards foosball darts page. Isn't that ironic?
Okay.
So if you click on this button right here that says pool, foos, darts, and yes, I know it should be billiards, not
Pool
pool.
food.
I,
Pool food.
I get that, but billiards didn't fit up here, so we did pool. So it's not a swimming pool, okay, guys? So when you click on that, it'll take you over to the fine little page that features these places that have more than 4 pool tables, or 3, I believe. Yeah, 3 pool tables or more. You can find your pool table fix right here, and you can leave little comments in their books if you like. And they have their little website over here. And then you can come down here if you like to play darts. You can play all these different places that have the dart boards, and they also do dart tournaments. And then we go to my favorite, which is foosball locations. So Bowie Brothers and Back Alley both have foosball tables that we know of. So if you know of any venues that have 3 or more pool tables or dart boards that they do tournaments at, or foosball tables, we want to know about them. And you can actually submit that information right here so that we can get them listed. And so that's that. Now, I'm also going to take you to another page on the website. This is back in what we call our history pages or our museum pages, because this is way back in the day. Do you remember this? Healing Pains and Breaking the Chains?
I do. Oh my gosh, very much.
So the way you get there is you click on the karaoke homepage, takes you to the homepage here, and then you just click on Complete Index here, and that will take you over to here. And when you get over here, there's going to be a button, and it's under the section that says History of Call Me Oz. We have a button that says Healing Pains, Breaking the Chains, Donate Online, Ongoing Fundraiser. It'll take you to, I don't know where the page is.
You know what? Go back, because you had 2 different tabs there.
No, it's not there. Well, that's just strange. I wonder where that page went.
Right there.
This one?
Is that one it right there?
Let's try this one. Okay, it's not that one. Let's try this one. Yeah. Well, it's interesting to find out stuff live. Okay, so we'll get that fixed. So do not go to the donate. Oh, I know why that one's not there, because that was the one you used to be able to go to do donations.
Okay.
And we shut that down. So
Okay.
you go to the one that says a fundraiser
Fundraiser.
for abused children in crisis. So what we did is we put together this talent show, and you can actually watch this in 20-minute increments. We had Anne Ray. We had Benton Cruz, remember her?
Oh yes, I do.
We had Tisha, and we
Wow.
had T. Graham was in the first section.
That was a while back.
Right? And then we had the Meadowlark Dancers, and then we had Rachel Ronick, she was a comedian. And then we had, in the third set of 20 minutes, we had Sandy McDaniels, the disco nanny, and we had Rose St. James, and then we have Kevin Kennedy. And then we had Nikki. Do you remember Nikki?
Yes.
Oh, I miss her.
I miss Nikki.
She's in Houston now.
Hi, Nikki, if you're watching.
Yes. And then we auctioned off the shirt. And then we had Chantel and David do a salsa dance. That was pretty epic. And then we had Caveman do some comedy. And then we had the highest bidder to sing. We had Michael Salazar, me, the silent auction, and then we closed the show. And then we did the final closing, and then we did open karaoke for about an hour.
Nice.
That was pretty awesome. So you can visit this page and take a look at it, and these are all the people that sponsored and donated goods and all kinds of stuff. It was pretty fun. It's a lot of work putting that thing together.
But it's always worth it.
It is, yeah. And like I said, if you go, let me see, I'm pretty sure you can, it'll take you over to YouTube, to the YouTube channels. And also, speaking of YouTube, we just set up a new YouTube channel called callmeoz.net live. And that's where we're posting all the previous shows. So you can go there anytime to watch it. But this gives you an idea of what it was like. It was a fun little show. So, and it was at Blackwater, which is now technically Twist, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
think
I
it
have
is.
not been down there, so I have no clue.
I think it is. I think it's where Twist is now. How ironic is that? That's crazy. So we're all done on the website now. Hope y'all enjoyed that.
Thank you for that. And I'm glad we found the healing for pain. What is it? Healing pains.
Breaking the chains.
Breaking chains.
That's what it was called. Yep.
Nice.
So our events are sponsored by Red Velvet Underground. So the Sandbar Sing and Win is going to happen tonight. And I want to welcome you aboard there, Emily. And I also want to let you know that we now have an Instagram page. This is new to me.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm still trying to figure out Instagram. I have it, but I don't use it very often. Hello, Emily.
Yes. I guess I'll figure out how to use it. I don't know. Or maybe I'll make my admin do it for me. I don't know. Probably should do that, actually. If anybody wants to call in, the phone line is now open. You can call in, chat with us, chat with Cause, and chat with me, and tell us your thoughts. The Sandbar Sing and Win is happening tonight. It is hosted by Famous Amos of Can You Karaoke. It is sponsored by the Sandbar. They are putting up $400 in cash for this event tonight.
I sure could use $400, especially
Right?
now.
Now, you would have to have your name drawn 3 times, but I guess that could happen. The first name that gets drawn gets $50 cash. Second name drawn gets $150 cash. And then the last name that gets drawn wins $200 in
That's
cash.
free money.
Free. Yes.
And it's not even a singing competition.
No, anybody can play.
You just got to sign up
Anybody.
to sing. That's
You
it.
just got to sign up to sing, and you have to sing the song in its entirety.
Hey,
That's
you know
all
what?
you got to do.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should go. Amos, you have tequila, right? Maybe I could just do that song, Tequila.
There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't say that it has to be more than that. Oh, look at this. We have a phone call coming in. Let's see who we've got on board here. Let's see. You are live on Call Me Oz. Howdy.
Hello.
How's it going, Oz? How's it going, Lenore?
That
It's
sounds
going-
like Amos.
That would be
Famous
Amos.
Amos.
How you doing, buddy? We were just talking about you. Were your ears ringing?
I know, that's why I called in, and you guys are talking about the Sandbar, so
Yes.
Nice.
Absolutely. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Good.
I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
Yes, it is. Are you already down there?
Not yet.
No? Okay.
Not yet. I'm still here at the house. I'll probably leave about 7:00.
Okay, cool.
Get up there about
Nice.
7:15. So
Very cool. Well, I'll be heading over there as soon as I finish up here, so I'll be there about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Do you remember how many singers we had last time?
on the last one,
Yeah,
I think that one was 32.
Wow.
32. Okay,
That's a good amount.
that's a lot of singers.
That's a good amount.
Yes. So what that basically means is that about 16 people got to sing twice, which means that those people got 2 entries and then the other people only got 1. So basically what I'm trying to tell you in a roundabout way, get there early.
The more you sing, the better
Early,
chances.
Sing twice to
Yeah.
raise your odds.
Exactly. Sing twice and then you increase your odds to win money. So,
And then also, if you guys are going to sing at the Sing and Win, you guys stick around till the end.
right. right.
We pulled a name last time for the $200 winner, and they had just left about 15
Oh,
minutes before that.
no.
Yes, they did. Yes. So you want to stick around. If you sing, you might as well stick around, keep your name in the bucket, and because, Murphy's Law always works that way anyway.
I just don't think I could hang for that long. I'm usually like sleeping by that time.
So I've got an idea for you, Lenore. Why don't you come in, sing a song, and then you could just go sleep in your car.
In my car?
And then we'll come get you when it's time to do the drawing.
Oh my gosh. Really? No.
Are you feeling better, Lenore?
Day by day, Amos. It's a journey, but just really sore. The broken bones will heal, but just getting through all the stuff we need to get through. Definitely going to be a road.
Hope you feel best.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate you calling in, Amos. We're looking forward to seeing you in just a little bit.
And I'm gonna send
I
my
look forward to seeing you guys tonight. So.
I'm gonna send my spirit with Billy here, Oz. I'm gonna send it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Awesome. Well, you guys have a wonderful evening. You guys be careful and good night, karaoke world, and God bless. And hopefully see you at the Sandbar.
thank you, Amos.
Sounds good.
Have a good night.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye bye.
That was Mr. Famous Amos. So you do some covering for him every once in a while.
I do. I've covered at Sidelines on Tuesdays for Country Joe and on actually Sandbar too on some Wednesday nights. So I think
Right.
the next time I'll do Sidelines, I think he told me New Year's Eve.
Oh,
So
wow.
December 31st. If
Woo.
that's still on, I need to talk to him, but I will be running karaoke at Sidelines for New Year's Eve.
Right. That works. That definitely works.
So I have 3 weeks to
Recover.
to get my left side going. I don't know, but we'll give it my best.
Well, at least you still have your right side to work
I
with.
do. I could do everything with my right, so life is good.
That works. Now, in January, the end of January, we do have an event coming up, but we are still working out all the final details. But it will be on January 26th. This will be a business networking event where we will have businesses that get to work with each other and share information with each other. And we will also have entertainment and karaoke during that time.
Very nice.
That will be done by McLean again. He seems to be on the board lately.
That's a good thing.
It is. And then, of course, we want to mention that James and Millie have joined us.
Hello, James, and hello, Miss Millie.
Yes, good to see you guys. Glad you're here. So the Red Velvet Underground, like I said, they do karaoke, they do comedy. Well, they're going to start karaoke again in January. They do comedy, live music. So they have all kinds of different types of live music there. Like, I don't know, I was in there last week and there was this Portuguese band in there. 3-piece Portuguese band. No idea what they were saying, but it was awesome. It was really cool. And then like on Saturdays and Sundays when she does the brunch, there's a guy that does sort of like vintage kind of music and stuff. It's kind of awesome.
And that place is kind of vintage, so
Oh yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. So, of course, remind you that we do Call Me Oz Live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. right here. So let's talk a little bit about you, Lenore, and this is sponsored by Double L Media. So where are you from originally?
I was born in New York and was 4 when we moved here.
Uh-huh.
So I consider myself a native New Mexican
Oh,
for
most definitely.
46 years.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's where I was born.
Wow. And what brought you to Albuquerque?
My father was in real estate for AMREP in the time, so Rio Rancho was just developing, and
Right.
the Little Apple got its name, and it just exploded. Then Intel went, so yeah, so
Yep.
that's what brought us here.
I remember those days.
Yeah,
In fact, my parents bought a house in Rio Rancho for their parents. And they lived there for a long time.
you know, I think back, and when I was a kid, we used to, like, I lived off of Sarah and Robin, and across the street of Sarah is the post office now.
Right.
But I remember, and then Camel lives back in that area, but I remember there was nothing but Mesa, and we used to go play out there. And so I go up there now and I think, wow, Rio Rancho has just
Yes.
really taken off
It is
over the years.
crazy. Isn't it like, I think it's like the 4th largest city in New Mexico now.
I think it is, and if I remember correctly, if you look at the blueprints of what the finished Rio Rancho looks like, I want to say that it's bigger than Albuquerque, if I remember correctly. So once they get done going north and west and covering all that territory, if somebody knows something different, please let me know. But I think that I remember that being said.
Hello, you are live on Call Me Oz.
Hi.
Hi.
Who is this?
I hear a baby.
This is Sadie.
Oh, this is Sadie and the baby.
Hello.
Yes.
How are you?
Listening.
How is your baby doing?
Decided that she's super hungry.
Oh,
think
she's.
that's funny.
Well, maybe you should feed her.
I'm trying to. She's being a typical woman, doesn't know what she wants.
Is she better?
She's feeling a little better now. We're just trying to get back into our normal routine.
Nice.
Still a little constipated, but not as bad.
I have to
Nice.
tell you, Sadie, you have a beautiful little girl. She is like a Gerber baby. She's beautiful.
I got lucky.
Very much so.
Thank you.
Yes. I had you and her on my profile picture for a couple of days the other day.
I saw that. I noticed it. That was great.
She's so cute.
That was so cool.
Thank you. Yeah. She's not, feeling bad. She's adorable and super easy.
So how is Tala liking the baby?
Oh, she loves having a little sister.
Really?
To dress her up in little dresses, things for her.
Oh, I miss those days.
Dances. I know she does that because she tells me she won't let me watch.
That's funny.
Special performances just for the baby.
Yeah. Well, that is so awesome. Well, I appreciate you calling in tonight.
For sure, and hopefully we'll see you at one of the kid-friendly venues when we are warmer outside and I take the baby.
That sounds like a great plan to me.
Awesome.
We'll see you later.
Awesome. Bye. Have a good night, you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That baby is so cute.
I
She's
know.
adorable.
Right?
I saw her for your birthday and I was just like, can I take her?
Kenny was over there trying to steal it. Like, I'm going to steal this baby.
I think Disco Nanny had her when I walked in and I was just like, oh, no, she's so cute.
I know.
She's so cute.
That was so cool. So you were telling us Rio Rancho. Mm-hmm. Yes. So you said that the blueprints look bigger than Albuquerque.
I'm pretty sure it was stated that Rio Rancho will eventually be bigger than Albuquerque.
Wow.
So
I would not be surprised. I mean, they have like the city limit signs like way out there in the middle of nowhere. So
absolutely.
I would not be surprised. And what got you into karaoke?
I think, when was it? It was right after my divorce, and the kids would go with their dad, I think every other weekend, and of course I didn't want to sit around, and I think the first place I started going to was the Radisson. I think it was called the Radisson back there, and that's
The
when
Brio.
No, it wasn't the Brio, though. I think it was called the Radisson back then, because
Well, I
that's when
mean,
I met Chris.
The bar inside was called the Brio. But you're right, it was the Radisson.
Yeah.
But the bar inside was the Brio.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
where I met, Mary, and then I met Chris and Joanne, and it just kind of went from there. I was
Yeah.
kind of introduced to an awesome karaoke community here in Albuquerque.
Right.
So,
And I'm actually glad you said that because that's a key point that I talk about when it comes to karaoke all the time. And I use that as a selling point to venues. Because I'll go into venues and they're like, oh, we got plenty of singers. Oh, we're good. And I'm like, yeah, but, a lot of these people are because they're recently single, recently just moved here, recently looking for something to do. And that's where most karaoke people are in their worlds.
that's where I was,
You
and
know,
that's how it happened for me.
yes. And then you became a KJ.
I
So
did.
how did all of that happen?
So, I was affiliated. Oh, sorry.
The hair.
I was affiliated, of course, with Mary and Chris, and they talked me into going to Exhale. And so I did, and the sound was phenomenal there.
Right.
Phenomenal. So I just got addicted to that place. Like, literally became really good friends with Mary, and even started running some karaoke for Mary at Exhale. Would run a couple nights for her. And then after Mary was done with Exhale, people, there was no karaoke there anymore, so people wanted it. People
Right.
were asking Robbie, you need to get karaoke back in here. And she asked me, she goes, do you want to run it? And I was like, yeah, sure. Why not? So we started building it from there, and it just took off. I mean,
Yeah.
it built
It became the Sunday place to be.
It did. We
That's
had it
for
on
sure.
Wednesdays and Sundays, but Sundays were awesome. And
Yeah.
I mean, you had amazing singers there. The sound was phenomenal, and it was. I mean, it sold my heart.
Yeah.
I was sold.
Yes.
That's it. I was hooked and sunk at that point.
That was a very cool place. And then after that, then what happened?
So I wound up working for Camo. And with Camo, I did Sidelines, Fox and Hound, Louise.
That was
I
it,
think
right?
that was it.
Yeah. It was Sidelines, Louise, Fox, and Hound.
I thought there was one more, but maybe not. But no, I think because Sidelines was actually Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Louise was Thursday. Or Fox and Hound was Wednesday. Louise was Thursday. But then Stu was doing Thursday one night. I was doing Saturday. And then when Stu left, I took over both nights. So,
Right.
and then from Camo, I went to Fiestas and had the opportunity to rebuild that for them. And I was very happy to do that. And I'm glad to see that they are still
Cranky.
cranking it. And I
Yep.
know Tisha and Sarah, you guys rock. And, you know, I'm just happy for that.
Yeah. And then let's see. So you were part of the very first state fair.
I was.
Yes. What'd you think of that?
It was awesome. Everything about it. Everything about the contest. We did the Twinkle Light Parade. We did the fair. I think I did the final day
Yes.
that first year.
Yes.
It was
Actually,
a rush.
you did the final
first
day
couple-
all 3 years, didn't you? 14, 15, and 16.
I think so, but it just got better and better and better every year, and it's amazing what it is today.
Yeah.
So I want to tell you, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Because I think it's a huge success and something great for our city.
Thank you. Yeah, I love doing it. It's a ton of work, but I love being busy. I love stress. I thrive on stress. So it's a good thing. I have
Kind
people.
of my middle name.
I like have a lot of people that tell me I need to slow down and I need to take time to myself and I need to do this, and it's just like, well, I guess you don't know me that well, do you? Because I thrive on stress. It's
No,
a good thing.
I have to admit I'm probably the same way.
Yeah,
But
I think you are.
I'm at a point right now where I have to relax, so I guess that's a good thing.
Exactly. So can we talk a little bit about that? About what happened? So before we talk about that, I put a post up. Was it last week when I
think
stopped
it
in the
was-
hospital to see you guys?
I think it was Thursday that you put that post up.
Yes, it was, because actually I went to Mariscos after that.
Mm-hmm.
So I put a post up that I was at UNM. My phone was blowing up, people thinking it was me. And so I just did a live feed and told everybody what was going on. No, I was visiting Lenore and Dizzy in the hospital. I missed Lenore. She actually had headed up to Santa Fe to see the car. And all
Well,
that
I
stuff,
had
right?
just discharged and then wound up going to Santa Fe to take pictures and stuff of the car.
Right.
I didn't drive. My sister drove. There was no way I could drive.
Probably a good thing. So, what happened that night? What can you tell us?
So we were at Buffalo Thunder, and Dizzy sings with Blue Soul now. So good job, Dizzy. I love
Oh,
that.
wow.
I love
I
that
did
band.
not know that.
Yes, that's
Oh
who
my
he was
gosh.
singing for. That's who Ed was with. And remember Edward?
I do. That's why I
Pimentel.
said Blue Soul, yes.
So he was singing with them, and we were driving back, and we got through we were going through Santa Fe, and all I could tell you is I turned my head to the left. We were going through a light, and I saw some headlights coming, and I heard the crash. I yelled Dizzy, and it was too late, and I heard the crash, and that's all I remember, and I woke up at the hospital.
Wow.
So the driver ran the light and hit us T-bone on Dizzy's side.
Well, I saw pictures of the vehicle, and it does not look good. It does not look like a vehicle.
Looks like a smart car now. It was a PT Cruiser.
It was a PT Cruiser. Yeah, it's about the size of a smart car
Looks
now.
like a smart car now.
So you were hit, And then it threw your car into a light pole?
It hit a light pole, and then we ended up in the middle of the road somehow after that. That's what the guy had told me. So.
Wow. And so what all happened to you?
So I have, long story, but I'll just tell you what I have. I have a couple of fractured ribs on my left side. I have some fractures and a break in my left arm from my finger, my wrist to my elbow. I did have a collapsed lung through this, and just a lot of pain and soreness. Dizzy, had some broken ribs, some fractured ribs on both sides, fractured pelvis, a fractured scapula. He had some, if I remember correctly, there was hematoma in his intestine, just different stuff. But he's good now too. I mean, in a lot of pain, I'm sure too. But he's home as well.
That's
so
great.
we're just, I'm thankful that we did not. This crash wasn't fatal.
Exactly.
Because it very well could have been.
Yeah, it very well could have been. Even if the first responders were a few minutes later, it could have caused more problems. It could have been a lot of situations. But ultimately, so they believe that the driver of the vehicle was drunk.
He was impaired. So I just have one message that I am really going to promote probably for the rest of my life is, you know, we all like to go to the karaoke bars. We all like to go to comedy shows. We all like to go and have our drinks. But guys, don't be dumb. Get a DD, call Lyft, call Uber. Do not get into a vehicle and drive. Even if you've had one drink, I wouldn't chance it. It's not worth it, because I'm grateful I'm alive to talk about this, and I could be dead right now, and it's not worth it. It's something that could have been prevented.
Yes.
It could have been prevented. So please, guys, utilize options out there. Don't drink and drive.
Especially in this day and age. I mean, I would say a couple of years ago, before Uber and Lyft and all that stuff became really popular, like all you had was cabs. Prices were ridiculous. I don't know if you ever took a cab ride, but it was like $15 to go around the corner.
Yeah.
In this day and age, I took an Uber the night of my birthday, and it was from Wyoming and Manal to University in Gibson, and it was only $14. And it was unbelievable. And it was like so easy to order it too. It was like I just downloaded the app. I did it all sitting right there at the table. Downloaded the app, called them up, put my debit card information in, and in a couple of minutes they were there.
Like minutes. Like
in other words, don't request them to come pick you up until you're like ready to go, because like the first time I did it, I wasn't quite ready to go. Like I needed about 20 more minutes. And
they were there.
And it was like, your Uber driver will be there in 45 seconds. And I was like, no.
Well, from my understanding, they are just like throughout the city.
Correct.
Parked
Just sitting.
anywhere, just sitting at random places.
Yeah.
And when you pull up the Uber site, and I'm sure Lyft is the same way, but it shows like each, I don't know, what is it, a dot or something?
Yeah,
and it shows
a
you
little
where all the
car.
drivers are and how close they are to you. So he's right. If you call one, be ready to leave like
Be ready
within
to go.
5 minutes, I'd say.
Because you're going to leave. And so it was really awesome. And that's what I mean with options that we have today. Safe rides, friends. You know, there's a lot of friends out there. There's a lot of people out there that I know that go to the bars and they don't drink at all. And I'm sure they would be more than happy to take you home.
Absolutely. You know, I even offered you, because I'm, not a drinker, so
Yes.
I would be willing to drive you around. But guys, it's not worth it. It's not worth the money that you have to pay. I think you nailed it on the head. This guy, people could lose jobs, they can lose a lot, and it's just not worth it. And people can lose lives, and it can be prevented. This is something that can absolutely be prevented.
Sure,
So,
I think about spending $14 to get across town, and I compare that to had I been driving that night and something happened to me, it would cost me more than $14. That's for sure. And with my job, it would kill me. So, Yeah, and it was ironic that I put that post up, I think just the week before that, where I said, I think I need to find me a DD at night. And it's not that I drive around drunk and impaired or anything, but I'm at the point now where I don't even really want to drive at all.
You just want to be safe.
You know, and it's not just me that's driving. I think about the other people that are out there driving more than I think about me. Because, yeah, it could happen at any time to anybody. And you never know who's going to be in that car. Could be your best friend.
I never thought it would happen to me, and I just keep turning my head and seeing those lights and yelling dizzy and the car
Right.
hitting, and that's it. And it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't. It's totally controllable.
Yeah.
100%.
I agree. And so now another thing that I wanted to bring up with you too is over the years you have done a ton of fundraisers.
I have.
Why do you do that?
Because I feel it's a way of giving back to the community. You know, sometimes people can't do for themselves and they need help. And I mean, I'm kind of one of those people right now, you know, where sometimes we need help, and I just love being able to put these benefits together, and these go way back
Yep.
from
Way.
the Exhale days,
Chris
you know,
Fenix.
from raising money for Chris, for, you know, I had several people that I did fundraisers for, and it just holds a special place in my heart. And not only fundraisers, but I've done a couple of memorials. We've lost some really, really awesome people in our karaoke world, and I was so honored, and I just wanted to give back to them for what they gave to the community.
Right.
You know? So just to do stuff like that, I just like doing stuff like that. Sorry.
Is your phone buzzing?
It is. Sorry.
So, but I've always, that's probably been like, I think that's what your key is in this community, is that person.
I
do a
like
lot of
that.
that.
I do. I want to, you know, Amos and myself and Millie have talked, you know, we did Millie's fundraiser. We did the fundraiser for Amos's parents.
Right.
Very successful. You know, we helped out with Michelle, the bartender
Yeah.
from Fiesta. We helped out with a fundraiser for her dad, and just, guys, it's giving back to the community. You know, it's for all those people that came and supported me for karaoke and supported the venue, and just a way of giving back. That's kind of how I look at it. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, I want to be there for people as much as I can.
Exactly.
And I feel that's a great way to be able to give back.
Cool. Well, you need to get back on your feet so you can do some more of that.
So, amen.
I need a fundraiser. I do.
What do you need a fundraiser for?
I just need a fundraiser.
Well, what can I do one for myself? No, I'm just
I'll
kidding.
think of
I can
one.
do one for myself and include you in it. How's
Let's-
that?
Let's just do one for you. So you got anything else you want to let people know?
No, I just, you know, it's the holidays, guys, and, you know, we lose a lot of people as it is, and there have been a lot of deaths, and I'm just going to really push that. You're going to get tired of seeing me and hearing me say it, but don't drink and drive. It's not worth it. Please, please call somebody, designate somebody in your party to be a designated driver. Heck, if it's 2 a.m. and you need a ride, I probably shouldn't put this out there, but heck, like I used to tell my kids, just call me. I'd rather you call and us pick you up than something fatal happen. So,
Yep, exactly. Yeah, and I'm going to start doing that too as soon as I get everything in line. I actually have, when you can drive again, I think you said Tuesday, Wednesdays.
yeah.
And then I've got somebody to do Fridays for me. All I need to do is find a Thursday person.
Unless I'm working at Sidelines.
Oh, this is true.
That would be my only stipulation.
But that wouldn't be a problem. Because I don't go out every Tuesday, every Wednesday. It alternates. In fact, now that I'm back to my regular schedule, I'm only out 2 nights a week. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to those days, believe me. I wanted to talk a little bit about, and this is just going to be a real quick topic. I want to talk about popularity contests. When it comes to the New Mexico State Fair, it is not a popularity contest. Mm-mm. There's a reason for that, because we truly want to find the best singer, period. and that's what we do. And you know, a lot of these bars like to hold contests where, oh well, let's see who gets the loudest applause. Well, that's obviously if the person that has the most friends that come in and bring in all these people. And there's something that goes on in the city of Albuquerque as well that I want to bring in, and it comes to choosing the best karaoke venue. Have you heard about this? Mm-hmm. Okay. I would say Alibi and Albuquerque the Magazine are probably the most famous for doing this.
I
Am
know
right?
about those.
I know you know about them. And I'm not saying that the venues that get chosen may not be the best venue in somebody's opinion, but it just boils down to how many people they can get to vote for them. Am I right? And that's
Pretty
the reason
much.
I'm bringing it up, because while you were at Fiestas, you were chosen by Albuquerque, the magazine, correct? And so is that what it's about? Is that how they choose the venue? Or do they actually have a scout that goes to every single venue in the city and decides, you know what, based on sound, customer service, and energy and all of this, this is the best karaoke venue in town? Or how do they do it?
I don't remember if they did that. I do remember them, you know, telling everybody, tell your customers to vote.
Right.
You know, because that's what it's all about. They want your customers to vote. But I don't remember if anybody went around
And actually
and
pick-
actually did that. I think it's more of a popularity thing. You know, Fiesta's got it. I think we got in the top 5 the first year, and then we got first place, I think, the second year.
Right, I think so.
But honestly, I can't answer that. I don't want to answer it incorrectly, but I do know that they have the customers call in to
Call in
vote.
to
You have
vote,
to go to
right.
the website or whatever and cast your vote. So
And Alibi is the same way. They do. I know that for a fact. And the so you know, way back in the day, do you remember when Call Me Oz did the People's Choice Awards?
yes,
And we did the same thing
because we
And-
did it at Evolution.
Yes, and we did it. We held the award ceremony at Evolution, and the reason that I stopped doing it was because it was a popularity contest. Because that's exactly what it was. It was, we had the best KJ chosen by the number of votes they got in, and we had the best venue chosen by the number of votes that came in. It really didn't matter whether that venue was really good or bad or whatever. It had nothing to do with that. It only had to do with how many votes. And what other people don't understand is that, and this is why I'm talking about it, because we stopped doing it, but when people would submit their votes, you're submitting your email address, and you're submitting to being part of their marketing program. So it's really all about Albuquerque the magazine and all about Alibi getting as many people on there as they possibly can to subscribe to their magazines. And that's really what it boils down to. And that's why, like I said, we did the People's Choice Awards. I think we did it for 2 years.
We did it in a couple of years. In fact, I have to say this because I just had a flashback. Do you remember the year? I think Sarah was at, what was the one at the corner of Montgomery and
Grand
Central Station?
Yes.
And I remember when her group came in and they did this
Oh,
dance.
that's right.
And the whole, that she had like this group of people that came in with her, and they were like, okay, you got to play this song. It's called The Wobble. You got to do the VIC. So I was like, okay, what the heck is this? And so we're playing it, and she has her whole following, like all on the dance floor at Evolution doing
Right.
the wobble, and that, you know, it got big right after that. But I'll never ever forget that. Sarah, you're a firecracker, girl. You're on fire, and I'll just never forget that about you.
And
you
that
know?
was back in the day when Larry was over at Graham.
Yeah.
Larry worked there too, and that's
Wow.
what he was doing. So it was back in the day. But yeah, that's why we quit doing it, because we're not about doing popularity contests. We're about actually finding the quality. So what we do for the state fair now, as you know, is that as we're holding the auditions, we're judging those venues. And we're judging those venues based on sound, based on how fast that KJ moves the people through, how's the energy in the place, how's the service in the place, how clean are the bathrooms. We judge those venues. And so when we choose the best karaoke venue at the end of a season, we definitely feel like it is the best karaoke venue.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Fiestas and Mariscos Altamar, they actually tied this year.
Nice.
Like in 2018, there was no way we could decide between the two, because when it came to customer service, they had every single staff member on deck. Like from the beginning, like 2 hours before it started until it was done, they were there. I mean, there was never an empty glass on the table. There was food being served. There were people being taken care of. The KJs were phenomenal. I mean, they were just dead on their game the
That's
whole way
awesome.
through. And the bathrooms were clean.
That's important.
That's important. And it was just all that stuff, everything that we judge the venues on. And then that's also how we judge the best KJs too. We do it the same way. We're judging the KJs as we're rolling along. And Amos, again, we had a tie. We could
Sarah
not
and Amos.
decide between Sarah and Amos. We just couldn't do it.
You
So
guys rock.
we had to say it was both of you. So that's the way it's done. So for those of you that see these, and yeah, I have no problem calling them out by name, because actually I'm going to go visit them and I'm going to ask them what their criteria are. But if you see any of those places that say this is the best karaoke venue, you might want to figure out, well, why do you say that? You know, so
There are some good places. You know, one thing I have to say, you know, I've been around the karaoke world for a while, but one thing I've noticed, what it's becoming, is back in the day, it used to almost be like a competitive, like, no, you need to come to my place,
Right.
or you need to go to my place. But, and I know when I was in the mix and people would say, well, I'm going to go check out another place. Well, go, you know,
Right.
because guys, there is enough people out there. There's enough places to support everybody. And I just think if everybody is together as a team, it could be that much more successful. And I get each bar wants to do, you know, their sales and get the most money and make money and yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, we're all on the same side. We're all on the same team.
Exactly.
And, you know, I've seen that grow over the years, that it's not so competitive like it used to be. Like,
Right, yeah,
because
I
people,
remember that.
KJs used to get mad, like if you would go to another, and I'd have customers come up to me and say, are you okay if I go, please go
They'd come
see,
up and,
you know, and
please don't tell so-and-so that you saw me here.
exactly, you know,
Remember that?
and I had a lot of those.
Yes.
Please don't tell so-and-so you saw me. I'm
Yep.
like, it's okay. There's plenty
Yep.
plenty of people. There's plenty enough for everybody out there. So
That's how it was when I first started doing karaoke. In fact, that's actually what created the division of KJs and created Call Me Oz, was because, I'm not going to name their names, but there was a certain set of KJs that did not want their people going to other
other
venues.
people's, yeah.
And it was one night that I went ahead and stopped at Fiestas and then posted on Facebook. I went to Fiestas and it was awesome. And that KJ just blew a total gasket. And then that was the end of that. And then that was shortly thereafter is where Call Me Oz came into play and said, that was my philosophy, was that, you know, singers should be able to go wherever they want to go.
exactly.
You shouldn't be able to
And
tell.
you know, as a KJ, I just think KJs need to kind of come together as a community as well. I mean, like, it was so awesome to have, like when Michelle asked us to do her benefit, you know, with Fiestas, and, you know, it was a little hard for me at first, but, you know, with the help of Amos, another KJ, and then Millie from the community, we were able to pull this awesome music thing for her car show, and it was great. And I think if a lot of us stick together like that and do more like that, we can really benefit our community
Yes.
in a better way.
You build
in
a
better
bigger
way.
community by
Exactly.
doing it. And you actually end up with more customers by doing it that
I
way.
agree.
So we want to thank everybody for joining our show tonight. I want to thank Mariscos Altamar for renewing their ads, and Red Velvet
Yay.
Underground for renewing their ads, and being our very first ticker. So if you look on the ticker down there, there's a bunch of information about Red Velvet. So they are our first advertiser on the ticker. So thank you, Dory, for that. We love you. We love you. So we know that Santa Claus is coming soon. Have you ever noticed how clean his sled is?
How do you know?
Well, because I just know. Well, okay, so I'm going to tell the truth. So yes, we've talked about this for 3 weeks now. Santa is held hostage in my basement. He is currently tied up, and his sled is in the backyard.
Okay, so then you know.
Yes, and he told me what he cleans his sled with. Do you know what he cleans his sled with?
Let me think. I don't. What does he clean his sled with?
Comet.
Oh my goodness. Bump, bump.
True
Get it?
story, man. True story.
Yeah.
True story.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure the other reindeer are loving that.
Especially Rudolph.
Yeah.
Rudolph is awesome. He got out. I almost ran into him last night when I was going home. Seriously.
Good luck.
Hey, thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Double L Media, for this amazing production. You are so awesome. And we will see you guys next Wednesday. Have a great week.
Have fun. Merry Christmas if I don't get to see any of you guys. But be safe out there. And please, again, don't drink and drive. Got it? Don't drink and drive.
Have a great night.
Hey everybody, I just want to invite you guys to go check out drasticentertainment.com, place a song request, book a DJ, and find out where we will be each and every day of the week. Go to drasticentertainment.com, guys. See you there. Welcome everybody back to our Drastic Entertainment page. Make sure you guys do me a favor, like